Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Justy.
And together we're losing it.
We both lost over 100 pounds by developing healthy habits.
And I also had weight loss surgery and used a GLP-1 medication.
And I used a GLP-1 medication and had skin removal surgery.
We're really passionate about helping people learn to live a healthy lifestyle by sharing our experiences.
But we're not doctors, so if you have questions, reach out to your medical team. And you may see our mascot Sancho pop up from time to time.
And all three of us hope that you find our content useful.
Welcome back, friends. We are here to talk about Zepbound. Most of you know, especially if you follow us on Instagram, or if you watched our previous podcast or listened to our previous podcast, that we've been back on a GLP-1 because we both took a GLP-1 several years ago. I took it a little longer than Justy did, but I think we decided that life was better with it.
Yeah.
It's not, and Justy more so than me, because I think that you're just better at the mindset thing, and really white knuckling is honestly what it comes down to. We just got tired of doing that, and I was experiencing weight regain, and Justy was just tired of white knuckling. And so we came across an opportunity to go back on Zepbound. Neither one of us are covered by insurance because, insurance companies suck like that. But Justy, I'm going to let you, I know we talked about it in the other one, but just in case people did not watch that, talk a little bit about like how this whole thing came about, because you came to it with me from a friend that told you, yada, yada. And I was like, brilliant, let's go. So go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, so I talked to my doctor about it, and she's fantastic. And my friend Dr. Bruce is a doctor as well, and so he was telling me about how you could get the Zepbound vials through Lilly Direct. That is a cheaper option. It's not the pen; it's a vial where you pull your own shot of medicine and shoot yourself like with a syringe. And he was saying how a lot of times doctors will prescribe like a 15 milligram, but you can take 5 at a time instead of the 15 at a time to stretch it out. And so just went to my doctor and said, hey, listen, I got a friend who's doing this. And she's like, yeah, she's like, but you need to start at a 2.5. So I'll prescribe you the 10. And then we'll move it up to 15, and then, you can go from there. And she monitors me, and she had me come in and she showed me how to pull the shot and how to administer it and all that stuff. And so it cost me $450, roughly $450 for 4 15 milligram vials. And one vial lasts me for 3 weeks, right? So because I take 5, 5, and 5. So it really comes out to like, I did the math before, like $130 a month or something like that, because it's 3 months. And so 450 divided by 3, there we go.
Yeah.
And so now the thing about it is that we are dealing with now is that in order to keep that discount, because that's like a $600 discount through Lilly Direct, and your doctor has to send the prescription to Lilly Direct, and then they contact you, you pay them, and they send it to you within like 3 days. You have to get your prescription filled every 45 days. So because our prescription's lasting us 3 months, we have a surplus. So, which I'm not mad at. I think the expiration on the one I have now is like September of 27. So I'm, going to use it. So yeah, so that is what we're doing. And I'm pretty adamant about getting the name brand, because just having friends that are doctors and doing research on my own, and my code man actually works for a company that sells GLP-1s, and he's like a data analyst or whatever they do. And so, it's if you're doing it through the tele doctor or whatever, more power to you. I just don't feel comfortable with it. It's not regulated. You don't know what the compound in the drug is or how it's compounded. You don't, the lab um, isn't regulated the way that Lilly is, right? It's Eli
Right.
Lilly. So
FDA, yeah.
I just feel better.
Right.
Now, if you want to do it your way, I'm not judging. Because I do have some friends who are on it. Some are taking the pill, some are going through all the different companies that you see online or whatever, and that's fine too. It's working for them. But if I can get the real one, why not?
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's what we're doing. Um, I take my shots on Friday, and I don't have any side effects anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and I do the 5 milligram dose, which I already said. And it has really changed my ability to maintain my weight. So um, I'll be eating and I'll be like, oh, this hamburger is gonna be so good. And I'll take like 3 or 4 bites and I'm like, yeah, I don't really even want the rest of it. And that's the weirdest fucking thing ever.
Right.
It's
You
just the
know?
weirdest thing. It's kind of like, is this how Steph felt after her surgery? Like, I'm just full. And like
Hmm.
I'll think in the day, I'm like, gosh, I should be hungry. Like I'm just not hungry because I do have an alarm because I'll forget to eat. So and I want to make sure that I'm fueling my body to stay strong and energetic. But so I have an alarm and I'm like, gosh, it's like 2 o'clock and I haven't had lunch yet. I'm not really hungry. Which is strange to me because normally I'm like, oh my God, is it lunchtime yet? All I can do is think
Right.
about food, right?
Right.
Um, and so that is just been like I was telling Steph, I'm on the maintenance dose, but I'm losing weight. I've lost, when I started this, I was 207 pounds and I'm 189 now. And I haven't had to try.
Hmm.
Like I just haven't had to try at
Right.
all. And another thing I think that I have, and this could be a real thing or it could be in my head, but I feel like my bones, my joints, my inflammation is better. And I don't know if
Yes.
it's because I'm not choosing that I'm just naturally choosing more anti-inflammatory food because sugar doesn't sit well in my stomach on this medication.
Same.
Um, or is there something to the medication that's helping with my inflammation? I don't know. I haven't
Right.
researched
Yeah.
yet, but I just feel like my knees don't hurt like they used to. My plantar fasciitis is gone. I do wear inserts in my shoes now, like an old lady, but I just don't have the aches and pains that I had. And I think a lot, and a lot of my swelling, like I would get like swelling in my
Yeah.
legs really bad from like lipedema type swelling. And it's not better 100%, but it's not gone 100%, but it's a lot better for sure.
Yep. Yep,
Hmm.
for sure. Yeah,
Hmm.
I would say the same thing. So for me, although I did go up to the 7.5.
Okay.
And then, but I'm kind of feeling like I might go back down to the 5 because I feel like when I went up, well, let me backtrack. So same thing, same exact beginning story as Justy. She told me the same thing. I went to my doctor. They were like, we are on board with you getting it however you need to get it. And
Hmm.
same, they would prefer that you have the actual Eli Lilly branded one versus compounding. They're not fans of the compound either. Same thing, brought me in, showed me where to pull the vial, like how far to pull the vial for the what we needed. And then she said, and when you step up, I'll show you what that is on the needle too, because it wasn't but like in my mind, my math was like, well, if I'm pulling it to the 10, wouldn't I just pull it to the 20 for the next dose? And she was like, no. Or for the next vial, for like when I went up to the 15 milligrams, she's like, they're different concentrations, whatever. I was like, oh, good to know.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I've been I started at the 2.5, then I went up to 5, and then I went to 7.5, I guess is what it is.
So you do
And I've been
half a vial
Yes,
every
and
time.
I've
Okay.
been doing that for a little while, but I also feel like same, this is now maintenance, and I could probably go back to the 5 because I do feel like I'm sometimes at like where it's like 2 bites and I'm done. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck in, I tried something else different too. I had heard, and I think I told you about this. I
Mm-hmm.
had heard that some people were saying that they felt like it was better to do 2 shots a week at half of the amount. So do a 2.5, if like say you were on 5 milligrams for the week, do a 2.5 on like Monday and like a 2.5 on like Thursday or Friday. So that way you constantly have a stream of it while it's a lower dose, that
Mhm.
it's because otherwise towards the end of your week, you notice you can eat a little bit more.
I
You
do
get
get
hungry.
hungry Thursday night, Friday. Like today I'm hungrier, tomorrow I'll be hungrier. I don't take it
Hmm
until Friday night. So yeah,
hmm
I do notice that.
And I did too. But then when I did it, when I split it like that, it was a mess. It just, well,
Oh,
I don't think it was enough because I was
gotcha.
doing like the 2.5 and I was like, I, I'm still having like cravings. Like it just wasn't enough. While
Gotcha.
yes, I didn't have that like end of the week, I'm hungry. I feel like
Hmm.
I kind of had it all the time, but a little bit of that all the time. And I
Hmm.
wasn't making as good as choices because I only had 2.5 in me at
Hmm.
the max. So I was like, I don't think this is working. So I kind of stopped doing that. I heard about it. It sounded great. Maybe that works at a higher dose,
Right.
but I don't want to go like if I'm already doing 5 or 7.5, I don't want to do like 5 twice a week.
Right.
So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to go back to what I was doing and knowing that it's okay if I'm a little bit hungrier later in the week. But I figured while we're trying things out, I'm going to try that out too. I'd heard about it and I was like, okay, and that's the freedom that you have with pulling the vial for yourself is you get
Yeah.
to choose,
Yeah.
but you also have to be responsible enough to choose wisely. So I think that
Hmm.
was the thing with my doctor. She's actually the nurse practitioner. She's fantastic. I love her for my bariatric office.
Hmm.
And she was just like, she's like, I know you're fine with this. Like, I've been seeing her
Yeah.
for years. She's like, I know
Yeah.
you're fine with this. And there's probably people where they're like, I'm not giving them the freedom to choose. You know what
Well,
I
and
mean?
yeah, and I was talking to my friend Christy the other day about it, and if I was in the mindset that I just wanted to be as skinny as possible, I would be taking the 15 every week
Right.
and eating Doritos, and that's it.
Right. Right.
But I'm not in that mindset. I want to be healthy, and
Yes.
I want to look good and strong and
Yes.
have energy and all of that. So that's why I've stayed on the maintenance, and my weight loss has been very slow. But I'm happy with that.
Right.
Now, I did go
And
off of it when I was in Canada because I forgot it, and I was going to take the shot before I left, and I forgot. And then so I did notice that week I was eating more because I didn't get that feeling of, yeah, I've had enough.
mhm.
And I was eating more, but I was doing a shit ton of activity. So I actually came home a little
Right.
less than I was. But
And it didn't even matter. Yeah.
and I asked my doctor this time because I just went for my Peru trip, and I said, I'm going to be gone for 12 days. I'm not taking it with me. Like, I'll take a shot before I go. And she's like, if you're in that 2 week window, it's fine. You don't have to like start at a lower dose. But she's like, once you get outside of that 2 week window, if you don't take it, then you need to start off at a lower dose because the side effects will hit you hard. So,
Hmm
so that was good information too, because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm opposite. I was taking it on Fridays, but I now take it on Mondays because I don't really have a weekend issue. My weekends are very different from most people. I'm
Hmm.
home meal prepping. So if I'm eating something, it's like the chicken I just grilled, or it's, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like if I'm
Right.
eating, it's typically the food that I'm making for meal prep. So I don't have like an issue of like, oh, we're going out to dinner with friends or whatever. It's never anything like
Hmm.
that. So for me, I work from home majority of the time. So I'm here in the house with the option to have whatever the hell I want, whenever the hell I want. And
Uh-huh.
so it's kind of like for me, I felt like it was better. I tried that because I was like, oh, that will help me control over the weekend, but I don't have a weekend issue, which most people do. So I
Yeah.
was like, well, I'm going to move it to Monday. So I moved it to Monday and I just do it every Monday now. And sometimes I think I did it during the day this week on Monday, but usually I used to do it at night because any side effects I had would happen while I
Mhm.
was asleep. But again,
Yeah.
I don't have any side effects anymore either. I will say if I have too much sugar,
Yeah.
I'll get nauseous.
Too much sugar, and I had and maybe it's because it's too much sugar, but I had, where was I the other night? I had a beer the other night. Oh, I was at the women's club. I belong to a charity-based women's club, and I had a Blue Moon, and I didn't feel right, and I was just like, oh, like,
Hmm
yeah, just gross. And so alcohol, maybe that's because of the sugar, but sugar too, like we went to dinner last night and I fully we had a salad, we split a salad and then we split like an appetizer and then we were gonna have dessert. And I was just like, I'm good with the dessert. I'm good without dessert. And he got dessert. He's a dessert guy, but
Yeah.
I just for me to turn down dessert,
Right.
weird.
Right. Normally I want to start with that.
Yeah, right.
No, and
And
I'm the same
so
way. Or if we go for like ice cream or something, there's a really good creamery, like maybe 5 minutes from here. It's like kind of when you go out of the neighborhood, it's like in the back. It's not like it's like on a farm. So it's like in
Mhm.
back where the farms are behind us. And they make it's all homemade ice cream. So we'll go there and I'll just get the one scoop. But even
Yeah.
with that, I can only eat like half of it and then I put the rest in the fridge because I ate it one time before the whole scoop. And I, to the point where I had to go take my ass to lay down in bed. I was like, guys, I gotta go lay down. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not. Like I felt
Right.
awful by
And
eating one scoop of ice cream.
I do what I've been doing because I don't go out to fast food hardly ever, but Luke and I, he has speech therapy. And so we have Chick-fil-A Friday because there's a Chick-fil-A right next to his speech therapy, and we have like 45 minutes to kill. So we do Chick-fil-A Friday and I get a kid's meal.
Me
So
too.
I get the 5 piece, I get the little fry, the little Diet Coke, and the ice cream instead of toy.
Yeah,
And I
same.
usually don't like eat that whole ice cream, but that
Hmm.
is perfect for me. And it's just it's really even if I think about when I go out with friends or I go out just like portioning, I'll look at a plate and I'm just like, that is too much food. Like
Yeah.
I can't eat like that is too much food. And I would before I'd be like, is that
Oh yeah.
all?
Right.
Or what we're gonna get dessert, we're gonna get appetizer, I'm gonna
Or
have
like
a
the
couple
Chinese
alcoholic drinks.
takeout box. Think about how much, because I got Chinese the other day. I was really kind of, I crave it. I want to say like once a quarter or so. I'm like, I
Yeah,
really just want some like
same.
Chinese food. But that one combination meal, one, two, three, four, I think it turned into 5 meals for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, and I still have rice left over. It's entirely too much
It's
rice.
entirely too
I
much.
think
And
that's all I have left is rice. I ate all the meat and I split the egg roll in half. I ate half of it with one of my meals and the half with the other, but it turned into like 5 meals. And I was like, this is insane. And the amount of rice that's in there and they pack it in.
they
I'm like,
pack
who
it.
eats all
And
of that?
when I was talking the other day about my the beginning of my weight loss journey, and this used to be like white knuckling it where I just don't get seconds anymore. Like
Yeah,
there's no reason that I can eat a whole plate of food and I need more. There's
right.
no at all, there's no reason. And that used to white knuckle the shit out of that. Like I would talk to myself for hours not to go and get seconds because leftovers were in the refrigerator and I'd be sitting in my bed and I'm like, oh, well, it's been a few hours, so it's not really seconds. Like it would just be this constant. And
Right.
now I don't even think about it.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
even think about it.
I'm more concerned that I can't finish what's on my plate, let
Right.
alone to go back and get more.
Right. And it just allows me to make better decisions. And, I have some friends who are on it who have this is the difference. You and I suffer from the disease of obesity. We were morbidly obese, right?
Yes.
And if
Food
you,
addict.
and it,
100% a
yes,
food
a
addict.
food addict. And if you are someone who is on Ozempic or Zepbound or any of these GLP-1s, and you have 20 pounds to lose, more power to you. But I'm going to be on it forever. I don't see myself going off of it. And I have a lot of friends who are like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go on it for 6 months and lose the weight and then come off it. And that's great for
And
you.
we tried that.
Right.
I
But
did
for
it and it didn't
me,
work for me. Yeah.
no, for me, I feel like I need this because whatever's going on in my brain and my chemicals and my hormones don't connect correctly. And with this medicine, it does. And
Yeah.
so I don't ever plan like this will forever be in my budget. And hopefully, uh, you know, they'll put more regulations around it because I honestly feel like in order to get this medication, you and I have been doing this for years. I think in order to get this medication, you need to have nutrition counseling. I think you need to have more follow up, and you need to actually be able to like not get a, a unsafe version, right? Like
Right.
that's my things with it. It's like if your doctor is okay, like my doctor, when I went yesterday, asked me all kinds of questions about my nutrition, what I'm eating, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you're good. And she's like, half the people, she's like, I spend more time educating them because they don't even know how much protein they're getting in it on an average day, or they don't even know how to figure that out.
Mhm.
So I think
Right.
there needs to be some coaching because you
Which is
have
the
to
same,
fuel your body.
and that's the same thing when it comes to bariatric surgery. It's the tale
Mhm.
as old as time. How many people go and have surgery, they have it and never see them again. And that's not
Yeah.
sustainable. It is not. You're
Right.
expected to make these life changes and you don't ever go back and follow up. Like,
Right.
what?
Right.
And then same for after bariatric surgery, you have to take vitamins for the rest of your life. That should probably be part of it for a GLP-1 too, because you're
Right.
eating less. So you may not be getting all the nutrients that you need. I
Right.
know I just got my delivery in my ProCare Health. I just got my delivery in 2 or 3 days ago. And I actually ran out and I was mad at myself for letting myself run out because I procrastinated, and they have a damn subscribe and save, which I need to just do.
Right.
But I let it run out and I'm like, God, that just, I have to be careful because I had bariatric surgery and I take a GLP-1. So the probability of me having a vitamin deficiency could be pretty
Uh-huh.
high. So I have to
Mhm.
make sure that I'm getting all of that in. So I take my calcium, I have my multivitamin, the extra iron, all of that. But I do get regular checkups.
Mhm.
I have an annual checkup with my doctor.
Mhm.
I have an annual checkup with my bariatric doctor. It's
Mhm.
actually the nurse practitioner, but she's great. And then I also had my follow up after she wanted a 6 month, or actually, I think I did a 3 month follow up after taking Zepbound, just to see where I
Mhm.
was, how was it going, that kind of stuff. What are you eating? And she's like, you own a meal prep business. Like, I think you're fine.
I do
Like, I
every
am
six
fine.
months. My doctor has me doing every 6 month blood work, and my blood work, weight, counseling, talking about it, because my prescription lasts 6 months, and so then I'll get another prescription. I think it's great. Do I feel like I need it? No. Am I going to do it? Yeah. But do I feel like it should be protocol? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
same, like you said, with vitamins, when they do my blood work, they check for, all the deficiencies and all that stuff. And I just take a multivitamin every day. But I did that before the Zepbound. But definitely I was at, actually a friend of mine was getting her hair done, and her hairstylist is like, man, the amount of women who are losing hair that are on the GLP-1s. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
because they're not taking vitamins and they're malnourished. They have to nourish
Yeah.
themselves. So
And I
that's the
take
only.
a biotin collagen mix. I do that
Right.
because I know I could lose hair, and my hair
Right.
luckily has not, I mean, it's already thin anyway, but I've been fine with it on this journey. So
Yeah. And so, although it is fantastic for us, and it has been life changing, and I would never go back. It took me a minute to get here, but I would never go back. It's not a,
and I
it's
don't
a
feel like
drug.
our faces, I don't think we have Zepbound face.
No.
No, because we're taking care of ourselves. We're not just taking it to be skinny.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm
I
still
think that,
155, 160 pounds. I'm not skinny. I'm still
right.
obese, as a matter of
I'm
fact.
still, yeah, I'm obese too, which I'm fine with.
Right.
But yeah, so I just really wish that there would be some sort of counseling around it, nutrition around it. Like, you have to do something, because otherwise it's gonna,
Yeah.
it can get out of control.
Right. It's going to take a
You know.
left-hand turn. So yeah,
Mhm.
you have to be, and that's just it. Like, you don't be the person that's taking it, like Justy said, for the vanity reasons. Do it for, getting your health and your weight and your mind under control. And then be smart enough to do it, if you're doing it for the rest of your life, like we've already acknowledged, because at first we were like, oh, we're not going to do this forever. And
Yeah.
now here we are. We're like, okay, yeah,
Yeah, we're
take these
different.
vaccines. We are doing it forever. But we're going to do it at a like much lower dose, a controlled dose. I'm not trying to be 100 pounds, 120 pounds. That's not what I'm after at
Uh-uh.
all.
No, and I think also the women who are, thinking, oh, I'll take this and I'll lose my 20 pounds and then I'll go off of it. That's great. If that works, that's great. But while you're losing that 20 pounds, that's the time that you need to take to work on your
Right.
mindset,
Right.
because you're going to lose your 20 pounds, and your stomach, because you're eating less, is going to get smaller naturally. So when you first come off of it, you're going to just slowly eat a bite or two more here and there, and then a bite or two more here and there. And then probably you're going to be right back where you were, because you did not, you didn't
Do the work.
do the work,
Yeah.
right? Or put the, you know, and again, we're food addicts, so I'm assuming that people who aren't food addicts, or have this disease think like, feel like I feel on the drug, right? They don't have, like, I know people who don't eat food because they're like, they it's delicious and they love it. They just eat it and they just eat whatever. I'm like, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a food addict, I just think that not to going off and on the drug isn't the healthy way, right?
Right.
But if you're not a food addict, then that's really a good time for you to do the work to put habits, right? So do your food prep. If you're just not eating right now because you're on Zepbound, when
That
you
shit ain't
go
gonna last.
no, when you go off of it, have you used this time to get a food prepping routine down? Have you used this time to maybe minimize some of the alcohol? Have you used
Right.
this time to get into a routine of working out or daily activity? Because those are the things that are going to keep the weight off. It's not the
Yep.
Zepbound just got it off, but what are you going to do to
Mm-hmm.
keep it off, you know?
Right. Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's our update. I mean, it's pretty simple. We're we learned a lot in the year that we've been on it and when we were on before, and we just know now that I'm okay with it. At first I was really scared to give myself a needle, but you were doing the B12s, but I was scared.
Yeah.
But I don't even feel it.
Doesn't
It's
even
such a
feel
small
anything.
needle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely nothing worse than the 4 shots they put in my arm today.
Probably not.
That lady was a savage, by the way.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even warn you. Just
Oh yeah, right.
just poke you right in there, deep too. I was like, come on, lady.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, and there's a pill form now. Now I don't know if Eli Lilly has a pill form, but I know that some of the tele drugs or whatever have the pill form. So if you're like a needle phobia, there's definitely
Yeah,
a
there's that
future, I
option.
think, with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'll even say, me and my digestive issues. So I literally take Miralax in my coffee every single day. And because otherwise the train doesn't move. And so the GLP-1 slowing down the train even more was not a fun thing at first. Now, when I went to Canada, I didn't have the GLP-1, I didn't have the Miralax, and I haven't started that back up
Yeah.
since I got back, and train's going.
Yeah, my
So
train's fine as well. I do take
yeah.
a daily probiotic now, and I think that
Uh-huh.
helps as well. So that's the
Uh-huh.
only thing that I take, but I haven't really had any issues. So,
Yeah. I have lately a couple of times, and I don't know why, but I have no idea. When I stand up, I feel lightheaded, like I feel dizzy a couple of different
mm,
times. Now my blood pressure was really low at the doctor yesterday, which my blood pressure is always low or like in a really low of the good range, but it was pretty low yesterday. So I think I might have like low blood pressure issue or whatever. Or it could just be
mm,
like I'm not eating like I used to and I need to eat a little more.
mm,
But other than that, I feel fantastic. Like I just feel fantastic.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, it's great.
Me too.
It is
All
great.
right.
So if you have any other questions about Zepbound or the process or anything really, you can reach out to us. We're
Reach
happy to
out. Yeah.
answer. Actually, I've had a few different connections on Instagram. I had 2 different phone calls with some ladies who ended up going on GLP-1. I think one did the Zepbound and one ended up doing like a telehealth type thing,
Mm-hmm.
and having success with it. So yeah, we're here to answer questions.
Not doctors,
Not
however,
doctors.
experienced, very
Not doctors.
experienced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right.
Well, yep.
And then next up is we're going to talk about Justy's getting ready to leave for her trip to Peru. So
Which is
when she
why
comes
my
back,
room looks like a mess. If you're watching this, I'm not a slob. I just am packing. Fine. I
mm,
leave tomorrow morning and I'm just now packing. So there's that.
yeah. And I'm like, hey, we should squeeze in a podcast real quick. She's like, okay.
Sure, why
So
not?
yeah.
I got to go take my rental car back now because I still
Mhm.
don't have my Jeep.
Mhm.
And then yeah, so we're gonna talk about all the fantastic NSVs that I'm gonna experience on this flight to Peru to hike Machu Picchu, to swim with sea lions, to hike Rainbow Mountain, to get my aura read, to get a tattoo, a stick and
Yeah.
poke tattoo, like all those things I'm going to experience. And I wouldn't have had I still been 300 pounds. So,
Yeah, no shit.
yeah,
So
right?
we're going to hear all about that when she comes back. So
Okay.
stay tuned for that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
All right. Bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye.